Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. And evening, Philip, you're just in time for the start of this video. We're live here, and we're taking a trip back in time to April 19th, 1991, for admittedly a very late George Foreman tribute fight. We're in Atlantic City, New Jersey, as George Foreman is going to be taking on Evander Holyfield. Yes, I know. We've got, like I said, we've got George Foreman against Evander Holyfield in a very late George Foreman tribute fight. I was just getting ready to explain why this is so late. So I know Foreman actually passed away back in March of this year, but I was in the thick of my 1985 season replay that I wasn't able to have a chance to get to that until now. So we're going to be doing that Foreman tribute fight tonight. As you can see as well, I am putting my new scoreboard. I'm continuing to put my new scoreboard through its paces tonight as well. We're going to be going for a 12-round fight tonight. As I recall, this was a triple title bout. I think every title was held by Holyfield in this one. Historically, Foreman lost this fight, so we'll see what happens tonight. We'll go through the cards first. Let's actually meet George Foreman first. We're using his big card. He's a ranking of 10 and a slugger. Takes control on a 9 or a 12, depending on if the opponent's boxing or slugging. Aggression of 10, killer instinct 9, 75 endurance, fouls on a C, defense of 2, KD 1 and 2 of 0 and 1, knockout rating of 0, cut 2, counterpunch 4. Then we'll go through his fatigue side when we get there. As for Evander Holyfield, real deal, 9 in either one, takes control on 11s either way, aggression of 8, also killer instinct, 110 endurance, fouls on a D, no defense, KD 1 and 2 of 2 and 3, knockout of 2, cut of 4, and 8 counterpunch range. And as Foreman has the higher aggression, he will be the aggressor to start round 1. Before we get there, though, we need to get cornermen all sorted out. So, actually, we need to get cornermen and a referee. Let's deal with the referee first. So, I've got my referee deck here. We'll give this a shuffle. Nope. Didn't mean to jar the camera there. Nope. We'll get a cut. And we'll see who our first referee is. Our first referee that we have a possibility of is Valdemar Schmidt. Boxer rate of 6, so we actually can't take him. So let's try for our next referee. Stanley Christodoulou. Boxer rate of 8, we can't take him either. Next up is Elmer Canty Jr. Boxer rate of 7, can't take him either. Next possible referee is Frank Cappuccino. Boxer rate of 8. We also can't take him. Trying to find a referee who wants to ref this bout is pretty hard. Jersey Joe Walcott, no-go. I'm basing that on the boxer rate. Larry Hazard. Is it just... There should be somebody here who wants to referee this fight. Pat Russell. I may just say screw it and take a referee. Okay, we'll just see if Marty Durkin's available. On a 1 to 40, he is. So we'll get a random number from the second deck. And an 11, Marty Durkin is available. He'll be our referee tonight. I don't want to spend all night going through a referee. He is normal, which means he checks on the 4th point deduction. Okay, now that we've got that figured out, our next order of business is going to be finding cornermen for both fighters. We're just making sure I get the tables all laid out as I need them, so I can have them accessible when I need them. All right. Now let's get cornermen. Actually, that's Marty Dinkin, not Durkin. All right, we'll get the referees out of the way. And then we'll see about cornermen. First up for Foreman, Freddie Brown is a possibility. 1 to 25, he's available, but he'd be a great cornerman for either of these fighters to have. Random number 31, though, says Freddie Brown is not available tonight. So our next possible cornerman is Al Gavin. He'll take anybody on a 1 to 40. And I only worry about cuts and swelling. A 50 says he's not available either. Are we going to go through this with the cornermen too? Jack Blackburn on an 8 and up. 1 to 30, though, he's available. That's a 10. Jack Blackburn's available to be Foreman's cornerman tonight. Now we need to get a cornerman for Holyfield. Oop. Chick Ferrara, who's excellent against cuts and swelling, available on a 1 to 55. So let's see what we find here. That's a special, so we're not going to take him. Next cornerman. Clearly it's not my night. There's Pepe Correa. 1 to 50 he's available. 48. Okay, there we go. Now we've got cornermen for both of our fighters. So the cornermen can go back to the bag as well. And that should be everything here. So, as you can see, we're all set with the scoreboard. The only thing I need to do is figure out how to reset the scoreboard between rounds so we're not spending all night. Long pressing OK resets it. Well, we'll give that a test after the first round. So, since we're all set, fans are filing in here to the convention center. The Foreman and Holyfield go into the center of the ring, touch gloves, and they go back to their corners. And Denkin tells them to come out fighting. So, there's the bell. Actually, before we get to that, well, that's the final bell to signify that everything's just about ready to start. I'll give the other deck a quick shuffle, just so I make sure I have the full complement of cards. Since we'll definitely be going here at some point. This is going to be a 12-round fight tonight. We've got our judges all set at ring. We've got our judges getting set up at ringside. Fans are still filing into the convention center, taking their seats. Got a loud crowd tonight, too. Got a sellout of 12,171 fans here at the convention center in Atlantic City. All right, we are all set for round 1. So, oh, and Holyfield is going to box in round 1. He's going to be the boxer. He's going to take a boxer strategy approach. So, there's the bell, and let's get this one started. Foreman is our aggressor. He will start off not in control. Over to Holyfield, who will take control. Foul. Uh-oh. Holyfield's a D against a... That's another foul, so nothing happening there. Back over to Holyfield with a control check. He will stay in control. An 8... He is going to... I got to double check his power here. Where was his power at? Oh, it's a 6. He will land a punch, and a 35 will put Holyfield on the board first with a 3-point cross. So Holyfield with 3 points. Holyfield back to it, no control. Foreman takes control. Foul for Foreman. He's a C against a 38. C against a 38. Will be no foul. Back over to Foreman we go. He'll stay in control. 75 is going to be ring movement for Foreman. We're going over to the far corner. I should mention, by the way, that I'm using the John Cena action figure to represent Holyfield, and Roman Reigns is representing Foreman. So we're over to the far corner. Foreman now is a +1 to take control, so a 10 will work. That's a 20, though. Over to Holyfield, who takes control. 42 is going to be a missed punch. No chance for a counter punch from Foreman. Holyfield will stay in control. 33 is going to land a punch. And a 34 will be another 3-point cross. Back over to Holyfield, who stays in control. 12 is going to land a punch. And a 16 will be good for a 2-point jab. So 8 points for Holyfield. Back over to Holyfield, who loses control. Foreman will stay in control because of the +1 for being in the corner. 59, though, is going to be a clinch. Back to Foreman, who loses control. Holyfield can't take it. Foreman takes it back. Foul. Foreman's a C against a 61. C against a 61. Don't lead with your head. Telling Foreman not to lead with the head. Foreman will stay in control. 53 is going to be a clinch. Back to Foreman, who stays in control. A foul. C against a 28 is going to be no foul. Back to Foreman, who loses control. Holyfield takes it. Injury. Injury, no injury, treated as a break. Holyfield will stay in control. 34 is going to land a punch. And a 46 will be good for a 2-point cross. Holyfield will stay in control. 51 is going to be a clinch. Back to Holyfield, who stays in control. 15 is going to land another punch. And a 67 will be good for a 3-point uppercut. So Holyfield with 13 points. Holyfield will lose control. Foreman will not take it. And there's the bell to end round 1. So 10 points for, or 13 I should say, for Holyfield to none for Foreman. Okay, just tallying up my endurance here. And 13 is 62. Actually, yeah, 62. We'll see what the judges think of that, but that was a very dominant round by Holyfield in this first round. And I know I've got a chart here for, round by round system. So we'll go to the other deck to get that. Scoring it even all around. Actually, never mind. The difference is 13, so high score wins it. Wins it 10-9 on all 3 cards. I didn't even need to go to the cards to get that. I didn't even need to go to the other deck to get that. We'll give the decks a quick shuffle, and I'll switch them. So what was being used as the other deck for round 1 will now be the main boxing deck for round 2. I've got another deck fully sleeved, ready to go. That I'll switch in another pair for rounds 3 and 4. We'll also bring everybody back to the center of the ring. I did forget to check to see if there were going to be any problems with the referee this first round. He's a consistency 1 to 75, so he's a good consistency. We'll test out resetting the scoreboard. I think it was hold OK to reset it. Yep, there we go. So foul is going to be, so we're going to go to round 2. We'll check for any problems with the referee. And 11 says it's going to be all clean. And there's the bell to start round 2. Holyfield is our aggressor because he won the first round. He's going to continue to box as well for this second round. Let's see what Holyfield gets up to here. 6, he will take control. 50 is going to be a clinch. Back to Holyfield, who stays in control. Special. Nothing special here, just a pause in the action. Holyfield will lose control. Foreman will take it. 11, he will land a power shot. Holyfield is a 2 against a 15. What did I do with those tables? 2 against a 15 is going to be a 5-point shot. So that's 5 points to Foreman, who will be in control, and will go straight to the action check for Foreman. So Foreman's next card, 71, is going to be ring movement, and Foreman is sending us to the far ropes. So now Foreman +1 to take control in the action, which an 11 is still too high for. Holyfield won't take it. Foreman won't either. Holyfield, no. Foreman, yes. Foreman with ring movement again. He will move us to the near ropes now. Holyfield stays a +1. No control there. Holyfield will take it. And 14 is going to land a punch. And Holyfield will get on the board 3 with a 3-point jab. Back over to Holyfield, who loses control. Foreman can't take it. Holyfield, no. Foreman, yes. 44 is going to be a missed punch. Holyfield with a chance to counterpunch, which he will do with a power shot. Holyfield, well, Foreman is a 0 against an 18. 0 against an 18 is going to be 5 points to Holyfield. So now Foreman gets rocked, and Holyfield keeps his control check. 21 is going to be landing another punch, and 1 point partially blocked. Back over to Holyfield, who takes control. 1 is going to be another power shot. Foreman is 0 against, an 11. I'm gaseous tonight. Another 5-point shot for Holyfield. Holyfield taking control of this round again. Holyfield will lose control. Foreman can't take it. Holyfield gets control again. 66 is going to be ring movement, so that'll move us back to ring center. Back over to Holyfield we go, who stays in control. 11 is going to land another punch. 73 is going to be a 2-point uppercut. Holyfield stays in control. 26 is going to land another punch. And 51 with a possible cut chance. 51 is a 3-point combination. Foreman is a 2 plus a 72. 74. That could be fairly significant on the cut. Major cut over the right eye. Foreman. Major cut over right eye. This is problematic for Foreman. -1 control factor. -3 defense. -3 punches landed. Ouch. That's problematic for Foreman, to put it mildly. Back over to Holyfield, though, who loses control. Foreman takes it. 1 is going to land a power shot. Holyfield is a 2 against an 8. 2 against an 8 is going to be a 4-point shot for Foreman. He needed that one. Foreman getting rocked in this fight. Foreman loses control. Holyfield takes it. 12 is going to land another punch. And a 19 is going to be a 3-point hook. Holyfield starting to take over here. Holyfield would stay in control. That was the last card of the round, so he stays in control. We'll resolve it. Foul. So that's the end of the round. And Holyfield just absolutely teeing off on Foreman. As Foreman does get his first points of the bout, but that is a lot of trouble for Foreman to be in this early. And another 13-point difference. High score wins the round 10-9. So once again, all 3 judges are scoring at 10-9 in favor of Evander Holyfield. So what is it? I believe the TKO threshold is 60 points in over 3 rounds. Okay, so we've got all that set up. I'll switch out we'll get the scoreboard reset. Then I'll swap out the decks. I'll bring in this is my original boxing action deck that I sleeved in clears that I'm bringing in now. Holyfield is going to continue to box. Once I get these swapped in, we'll see what Jack Blackburn can do about that nasty cut over Foreman's right eye. That's 5 cut points, by the way. 21 of those, and the 21 of those, and the fight gets stopped. All right, that's the first deck shuffled in. We'll bring the other one in, and then we'll see what Blackburn can do about the cut points for against Foreman. We'll see if Blackburn can close that cut for Foreman. 65 is... he's good, so that's no reduction. So that cut's going to continue to bleed against Foreman. Holyfield, as I mentioned, is going to continue to box, and there's the bell to start round 3. Holyfield starting at the action off with no control. Foreman will take it. 21 is going to land a punch. The -3 to punch is landed. It won't impact that because that's too high. So Foreman will get on the board right away with a 1 point partially blocked. Back over to Holyfield, who loses control. Or Foreman, I should say, who loses control. Holyfield takes it. 30 is going to land a punch. And a 50 cut. 50 is a 3-point combination. And we saw Foreman's a cut of 2 against an 18-20. This time, this should be no cut. Indeed, it's no cut. Back over to Holyfield, who stays in control, landing a power shot. Foreman is a 0 against an 11. Is a 5-point shot that's going to rock Foreman. Back over to Holyfield, who stays in control. 42 is going to miss a punch. Foreman can't try to counterpunch. Just out of range. Holyfield loses control. Foreman takes it. Actually, does Foreman take it? Yeah, -1 control factor brings him down to an 8, so he does take control. 80 is going to be ring movement. Foreman is sending us back to the near ropes once again. Back over to Foreman, who loses control. Holyfield takes it. 44 is going to be a missed punch. Foreman can try to counterpunch. And he will land a punch to counterpunch. And it will be 62. That'll be good for a 3-point combination for Foreman. Back over to Foreman, who takes control. 5 lands a power shot. Holyfield is a 2 against a 17. Oh boy, this could be problematic. 5-point shot for Foreman and full killer instinct. So that'll bring us back to the center of the ring, where Foreman is going to get his full killer instinct of 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all for Foreman. 72 is going to be ring movement, moving to the near ropes. 10 is a power shot. Holyfield is a 2 against a 14. 2 against a 14 is another 5 points for Foreman. 11 is going to be another power shot. 2 against a 9. 2 against a 9 is another 5 points for Foreman. Foul, which I don't check during Killer Instinct. 63 is ring movement, which brings us back to ring center. And Foreman brings us back to the action, but he's in control of this round. He'll stay in control of the action there. 12 is another power shot. Oh dear. Holyfield a 2 against a 16. 2 against a 16. Another 5 points for Foreman and another round of Killer Instinct. Oop. We might be adjusting that up pretty soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We may be ending the fight here, but let's see. I'm getting ahead of myself. 67 is ring movement, bringing us back, leaving us at ring center. 34 is going to miss a punch. No chance for a counterpunch. 39, same thing. 1 is a power shot. This might do it. 2 against a 13. 2 against a 13 is another 5 points to Foreman. So we definitely need to be mindful of the fight ending here. 62 is ring movement, staying at ring center. And 79 is ring movement, bringing us to the near ropes. Can Foreman finish it here? Not with not being able to take control. Holyfield, no. Foreman, yes, because he's got Holyfield against the ropes. 9 is going to be a power shot. This will almost certainly do it. 2 against a 14. 2 against a 14 is 5 points. But more importantly, that is a TKO. George Foreman wins this tribute fight with a TKO in round 3, scoring 30 points in 1 round. Foreman just picked the right time to tee off against Holyfield, and Foreman wins it with 3 seconds to go in the 3rd round. So George Foreman wins this fight at the convention center in Atlantic City with just under 5 seconds to go in round 3. So congratulations to George Foreman on winning this fight. Excuse me. And that will do it for this playthrough of Title Bout II. We are not done yet tonight, though. This was a quick fight, so I don't mind this being a quicker fight, because I got a delivery in earlier this afternoon that was waiting for me as I was coming home from work. So I'm going to clean this up, and then, that was indeed quick, Philip. So I'm going to clean this up real quick, and then we'll have an unboxing of that. We'll see what that is. Sometimes, folks, that's just how the cards flip in Title Bout II. Or how the dice roll in Glory Days Boxing, if that happened to be the boxing game I was playing. So I'm just getting all of this cleaned up. Yeah, Foreman went on a run of a couple of Killer Instinct runs there, and he managed to take that fight. The way that cut went, it looked like this was going to be Holyfield's fight to lose. But Foreman just managed to obviously see through the blood on that one, see through the blood dripping down his eye, and just teed off on Holyfield. And might I suggest a strategy to Evander Holyfield? Next time you get on the channel, try not to stop that many punches with your face, especially with somebody who hits as hard as Foreman. Does not seem like a very reliable path to victory, but I'm no boxing expert, so what do I know, right? Let's see, referee goes in there. I'm going to leave one of these out so I'm leaving a score sheet out so I can go get some copies made this weekend. Because I'm actually running fairly low on score sheets for boxing. So I'm going to get a supply of them refreshed. Okay. Alright, looks like I'm just about ready to bring the ring out of shot. Then once I do that, I'll go get my delivery, and we'll crack that open here on the channel. Alright, I can probably finish cleaning up the rest of this later. I do want to bring that out of my way as well. So we'll get the ring out, and then I will go get the aforementioned delivery so we can crack that here. I had this delivery waiting for me earlier this afternoon, as I mentioned, right after I got home from work. So this was actually a delivery from a gentleman off of Board Game Geek, with a new game that caught my eye. So, without any further ado, what say we crack it open and see what all is in here. Not an excess tape job at all, to put it mildly. Which I love that about a lot of these deliveries from BGG. And then we'll slice right down the middle. Oop. Or not. Come on. Not want to slice for me. There we go. Okay. And in here, we're greeted by our void fill as usual. But in here, holy cow, this... There we go. A lot of void fill in here, but that's fine. We are greeted by a copy of Machina Arcana 3rd Edition. Now, this is a game that's caught my eye for a little while. I wanted to get another good dungeon crawl into my collection. I was looking at either this or Dungeon Crusade. The one thing I was worried about with Dungeon Crusade was that it was going to turn into a sprawling mess. So I figured I'd probably be happier with getting something that's a theme that I really like. So let's take a look at the back of the box real quick. This is 3rd edition of Machina Arcana Cooperative Horror Adventure. In Machina Arcana, players take on the role of explorers thrown into dreadful halls, scratching for survival and progressing through the chapters from one of many horror stories. Even if they manage to stay alive until the end of the story, they will face a special mini-game at the finale of each scenario. The unique environment, interactive inventory, combat mechanics, and tactical diversity are all enveloped in an integral storytelling experience that provides both total immersion in the world and full replay value. But beware, a horde of unique and terrifying monsters are bent on destroying your party. If that isn't enough, horror itself disrupts and hinders any remaining hope in these comfortless chambers. And given how quick that bout was in Title Bout II, once I get the rest of this put away, we'll probably crack this open later tonight on the channel here. So that will do it for this playthrough of Title Bout II. As for the games, next week we'll be paying a visit to a very familiar world, namely the Terra Mystica world, as we play Age of Innovation by Feuerland Spiel. As for what's coming up in the more immediate future, Saturday Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Star Wars Life Day cookbook as we make the dessert, Clatoine Crepes. Sunday, we will be debuting another new game on the channel as we play Nemo's War. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.